Hey, good afternoon. I'm Neil Barton, host right now of this digital special. The time is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now, skies are cloudy. We're at 25 degrees, and there's a look at our tower camera right now in South Tyler. I would say roadways are deceptively bad right now. I came to work about an hour ago, and for the most part, it's not too good. So slow down. Most people are driving very courteously so far. I can see the tower camera right there freezing over the right-hand side. So Carson, can you climb up there and get that off for us? I guess you can, huh? Anyway, so that's what's going on right now. Not too many cars on the roadway right now. Now, this was a scene earlier this day on I-20 in Smith County. Both sides of the roadway there were shut down for a time after 18-wheelers were left stranded rolling over. It was around 5:57 and mile marker 5:59 there. Troopers and other emergency personnel are working to clear the scene, and they're saying please don't go by unless you absolutely have to. So that's what's going on right now. So Carson, what is going on even as we speak with the weather?
Well, the issue we're having, Neil, is that we are seeing sleet instead of that very dry snow, which is typically what would happen if we had precipitation falling with how cold our temperatures are. But here in the now, we continue to see this light sleet, and this has made roads deceptively bad, as Neil mentioned. It's mainly over parts of Harrison and Panola County currently. Just look at what's going on in Carthage. Some light to moderate sleet at times, and it's going to be slow go along Highway 59 and Highway 259 there. And Interstate 20, we continue to see conditions deteriorate, especially as you move off to the east into parts of Louisiana. So we will continue to track what's going on in our area. And again, over the next couple of hours, it's just kind of what we've seen so far. The freezing drizzle, the freezing rain, the light sleet. But as we zoom out here, that is where we're going to start to see the snow move in from the west. This is going to be our main round of snow. So what we have seen so far is just kind of the appetizer, and this is the main course out to our west, and this will be arriving as we go into this evening. It is very slowly but surely pushing off to the east, northeast. It's probably going to move into the Dallas-Fort Worth area here within the next 2 to maybe 3 hours. But unfortunately, if you think there's not a lot of rain, sleet, snow, freezing rain falling from the sky right now, I mean, it's going to be a deceptively bad night because we do have a lot on the way. Let's go ahead and show you what's going on some of our tower cams. As Neil mentioned, this is what we're looking at in Tyler. There is a very thin layer of sleet on the roadways, and this is going to be very bad as we go into the overnight hours because that's a very thin layer of ice. On top of that, we're probably going to have 3, 4, maybe even 5 inches of snow, making road conditions very bad. Now, we've been noticing over the last couple of hours in Nacogdoches that we are seeing at least more ice form, and we actually do have ongoing freezing rain. But the good news in Nacogdoches is since our temperatures are a little warmer, we don't have that layer of ice on the roadways as we have in our northwestern counties. For example, you see the roads are just wet in deep East Texas, but you look a little further off to the north and to the west, all this ice you see on your screen, or all this white you see on your screen right here, that indicates that we have sleet or snow accumulating on the roadways, and this is just going to get progressively worse as that snow band continues to move a little closer. A little bit of good news now in Tyler, with the exception of those bridges and overpasses, we've actually warmed those pavement temperatures up to about 33 degrees. But again, very cautiously, those bridges, those overpasses are bound to be a couple degrees colder, which gets us below freezing. That means it's going to be slick if you do have to travel. So don't travel. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And these air temperatures are below 30 degrees for the most part, with the exception of Center and Hemphill, which are both right at that freezing mark. So let's break down FutureCast real quick for you. Again, 1 o'clock, we are seeing the snow for parts of our northwestern counties. It's very patchy this afternoon because the main course, the round number 2, is on the way. This is 3 o'clock. It moves closer to the DFW area. We're still seeing some spotty sleet, perhaps some spotty snow to the north of I-20. Then we get into about 5, 6 o'clock. That is going to be the first sign for our western counties, and this snow will be moderate to heavy at times. Moving ahead to about 8, 9 o'clock. That's when it starts to get heavier for the entire area. Toledo Bend, we could be warm enough that this begins as a freezing rain sleet mix. But as we start to see temperatures cool off tonight, that is when we're going to see a complete changeover to snow. We'll pause this again at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when some of the heaviest snow will be occurring across the area. Again, this is 1 o'clock. You can see from our southwestern counties up to the northeast, lots of snow, and we are going to continue to see wave after wave of heavy banding here. And again, deep East Texas, you're not exempt from the snow either. It will be falling and falling heavily at points. 4 o'clock in the morning, we continue to see the snow. We start to see the back edge move out of the area by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, but unfortunately, the damage is already going to be done. This pushes off to the east. We're still seeing area of clouds, but unfortunately, by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, those skies clear. This is not something we want to see, because if those skies clear, that means we're going to get about 5 to 10 degrees colder than when we had the clouds. 2 to 4 inches snow accumulations for our northwestern counties. 3 to 6. The heaviest snow amounts, I should say, are going to be across our central and northeastern counties from Gilmer, Linden, Tyler, Longview here in the dark blue. Now in the light blue, 2 to 4 for deep East Texas. We'll continue to monitor this. There are some indications that we might have to increase that just a little bit. One more thing I'm going to show you are those future wind chill values. Again, this is going to be the secondary threat, if not the primary threat, as we move into tomorrow morning. Those temperatures, as I mentioned, will continue to drop. We're going to be seeing wind chill values anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees below zero. That's pretty unheard of here in East Texas. So the best thing you can do for yourself is protect yourself, protect your property. If you absolutely have to go outside, again, highly discourage that at this point. You want to cover everything, because in these types of wind chills, or that true feels like temperature, frostbite occurs very quickly. By 3 o'clock, not much in the way of relief. But then as we go into Tuesday morning, that's when we could see those temperatures around zero. But you factor in the wind, that's when we're going to feel like 10, even 14 degrees below zero. And then we get a little bit of relief on Tuesday. If you want to call it that, this is what it's going to feel like at 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. We'll see those temperatures feeling like they're in the teens. So some good news there. Here is that day planner for the remainder of the day. Again, snow increases 5 to about 9 o'clock, and then we've got moderate to heavy snow in the area by about midnight tonight. Now I'm going to send it back over to Neil, and he's going to talk more about what exactly is going on in the region as far as those roadway conditions are concerned. Neil?
First of all, send in not the clouds, but the clouds. We want more clouds because we don't want to be that cold in the next couple of nights. And also, we mentioned before how deceptively bad it is outside, because there's so many creeks across East Texas. I live a mile away from the television station. I passed about 5 in the last hour. And so before you know it, you're on top of ice. And so be careful. We have to come to work, but for the most part, most of you don't. So please stay at home. If you do have to get out and drive with these icy roadways, here's a tool that could be very helpful for you. It's called drivetexas.org. It's an online resource to check the conditions of the roadways you're traveling. So you know what? If there's accidents, closures, that sort of thing, or whatever, it should tell you which way to go or just go home. So again, most of the roads that we're seeing right now, icy conditions, especially in rural areas, back roads. Once again, that is drivetexas.org. Right now, there are several East Texas school districts and businesses making the decision to close their doors tomorrow or delaying their opening up. A couple of those are White House, Longview, Jacksonville, Van, Tatum ISD, and for businesses, Precision Spine Care, Tyler and Longview, East Texas Vascular Associates. These are but a few, but expect more the next couple of hours and for tomorrow as well. You can always find more on our website, ktk.com. We make those, but we never close. There's a button there that says school closings. Move along right now. KTK's Lauren Mogolis has been braving temperatures today, and I'm talking about it's cold outside. It's 25 degrees with the icy roads. Let's see where she is and what's going on where she is. Oh, Lauren.
Neil, it is cold. It's very cold out here. I would advise that you stay inside if you can, especially with these very, very icy roads. Now, you can see around me, you can see all the white. That is ice, but what's also ice is this black ice right here that you can't see, and it's dangerous. I'm going to show you with this card. It looks like there's nothing here, it just looks wet, but you can see just all of this ice. So Again, be very careful. We've been seeing some cars with their wheels spinning, just having some trouble, and stay safe, stay bundled up. Live in Tyler, Laura Margolis, KTK News.
Yeah, just a general reminder, if you don't have to drive, don't drive at all. Leave it to us who have to go to work. We're happy to be here and let you know what's going on, but just at least leave links of cars between you and the next guy, and you'll be okay. This has been a KTK News digital special. We hope to see you on air at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Stay inside, stay warm, and we'll see you later on.